Hi, welcome to another edition of This Woman Can. I am your host, Janice Sutherland, and this episode is my birthday edition, and it's always a time of reflection for me and a time to consider just how far I've come on this journey of life, especially more poignant now given the times we find ourselves in. And it's also an opportunity probably to unlearn some of the things I heard as an impressionable teenager, so many years ago. Now, growing up, I had heard about people having a midlife crisis. And for years, I thought it was something that happened to people in their 50s or their 60s. But here I was in my 40s and I felt like my career wasn't what it should be. What could have gone wrong? Where did I go wrong? What happened? Turns out there are a lot of reasons why careers don't work out the way we want them to when we're younger. Maybe you've spent the last 20 odd years raising your children. There's been illness, you've gone through divorce, you've had financial difficulties. You may be ready to move on and explore career options, but you're just not sure where to start. But no matter how old you are, it is absolutely never too late to start over. From starting your own business to taking on new responsibilities at work or switching industries entirely, there are always options available if you're willing to take the time for reflection and planning. And I know at first it may seem daunting, but with some creativity, trust me, it's totally possible. Because you have to consider, do you know what's possible at 40? What about 50 or 60? You don't have to give up on your goals of having a fulfilling career that matters just because you're of a certain age. You really don't have to. You may be asking yourself, what's possible? I'm too old. What's possible past this age? The answer is everything. There are no limits as to what can happen once we take that first step towards finding what we really want out of life, our true passions in life. It's never too late to pursue a meaningful career, even if it takes a little bit more effort. And you're not alone in searching for what you want to do or your new direction later in life. And believing it or not, taking that longer, winding path to a career you love, not just enjoy, actually does have its benefits. So if you're sitting on the fence wondering if it's too late, I'm here to tell you that there is absolutely no such thing. Don't let a cultural obsession with early achievement fuel your doubts. Instead of having varied interests, studying widely and taking our time, which are essential for self-discovery, quite often our culture in general pushes acing tests, becoming a specialist right away, and pursuing safe, stable and lucrative careers. While discovering your path in early life is great, a winding route to your dream career, to whatever you want to do, to whatever you love to do, comes with its own set of benefits. And unless your job requires repetitive, routine tasks, being a specialist really isn't an asset because it's just unique to that role. Having a wide range of skills and experiences to draw on is great for understanding how to face challenges in a variety of ways and how best to interact with different types of people. And I'm going to say it again, it is never too late to become yourself. Because with age typically brings wisdom, resilience, humility, self-knowledge and creativity. Basically, right now at this stage of life, we know what we want. There are plenty, I'm going to say this, there are plenty legitimate concerns keeping women stuck. And of course, you have to evaluate the risks before making any big moves. And that is a given. Absolutely have to do it. But if your sole focus is on the reasons not to change, it gets harder and harder to take action. Trust me, again, I have been there. This could mean you need to learn how to improve focus. If you really want to reinvent yourself, I'm going to share with you why you shouldn't let these 3 common excuses stop you. The first one is, I have too many responsibilities to take a risk. And yeah, I get it. By our 40s, most people, most women have adult responsibilities. You may have children to support, mortgage payments, and you've built a very comfortable lifestyle that you really want to maintain. You feel that the stakes here right now are high. And there's always the risk of judgment. Yeah, it is. There's always a risk of judgment when you make a big change. And some might say, you're having a midlife crisis. Why don't you just change your hair? Get a facelift. Get on with it. Just get out of that. The good news is that you can explore a new career safely without quitting your job, burning your bridges, or burning through your savings. It really isn't an all or nothing. That's really a career change myth. Number 2, I don't know what I want to do. This is a big one for many, many women, many people, and you hate what you're doing, but you really don't have a clue what to do next. You're in your 40s and you're still trying to answer, what do you want to be when you grow up? What is it exactly that you think you want? How do you define success for yourself? Well, let me take the pressure off you right here, because if you're like the vast majority of people, you will not, trust me, you will not find a rewarding career in a single ding light bulb moment. Nor will you find it following your passion, whatever that means. More often, women arrive at a new career identity after a series of explorations. And there are steps you can follow to get started. Lastly, number 3, I've invested too much in my profession to throw it away. I hear from a lot of women who have spent years and money studying in their career, building up experience. They have worked really hard to move up that ladder. And some of them may still even be paying off those student loans. If I could change now, what was it all for? That's what they're asking themselves. If I do that, what was it all for? This is called a sunk cost fallacy, and it's a really horrible, terrible way to make decisions. Continue to do something that makes you unhappy simply because of a prior investment doesn't make much sense. You can be just miserable sitting there just because you think you've thrown so much in it. In your new career, you bring with you all your past experiences and everything you've learned. These are the things that make you who you are. And it may be hard to see right now, but your existing skills can be a real asset, a huge asset, as you explore new career ideas. So Janice, you're asking, Janice, how do I get started? Well, let me tell you, let's start by saying that there's more to choosing a new career than picking something that just sounds better than the one you're currently in. At this stage of life, you want to make sure that you're making the right choice. Now, you can't be 100% sure, but you can't afford to invest blindly in another degree or another decade in a career that's just not fulfilling. So the right career, the perfect career for you, will combine your passion, what you're really passionate about, your strengths, and your purpose. These things are hard to define, but you can start by brainstorming lots of ideas. And some questions you can ask yourself are, what excites you? What gets me excited? What might you be good at? What are your values? And you could ask yourself similar questions if you wanted to know how to be that badass or whatever you're doing. A mid-career change can be daunting, and it's incredibly hard to go through a major life transition on your own at any time, and a career change over 40 is a biggie. You're going to get mired. You'll get mired in self-doubt, you'll lose perspective, and sometimes get discouraged. And at this point, outside perspectives are essential. Enlist the support of role models, advisors, someone like me, a career transition, a career strategist here, coach, and have some cheerleaders in your camp. Meet with those people often. But one caveat here, choose your support team wisely. Don't include people who rely on your salary and stability. Yep, they've got good intentions, they mean well, but can't be relied upon for impartial advice because obviously they have invested interest. And the same goes for anyone who consistently offers you negative comments. They're not constructive. No matter how close a friend they may be or your friendship, when you step out and start following the beat of your own drum, what you want to do, you're going to trigger the naysayers. They're going to come out of the woodwork. And their fear-based thinking and doomsday advice is not what you need right now. But most of all through this entire process as you're starting out, don't get discouraged. Typically, the transition doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen just because you've now decided it's time to make that change. Because let's be honest, it took you years to get you where you are now. So allow yourself the grace, the patience, and time to focus on what you want for your next chapter, and it'll come good. Don't rush the process. And if you need support, you can sign up for my free 5-day program. I have it every monthly program, Change Career Without the Financial Fear, specifically designed to help women over 40 take control of their careers and life by helping them see the real cost of staying stuck versus taking action towards reaching their goals. You can sign up for the next cohort or any cohort by visiting janissutherland.com or the link in the show notes. And as always, as I celebrate my birthday, remember, if I can, you can, this woman can. Take care until next time.